There's a lot of exciting stuff coming out of Microsoft's ID at Xbox program. Some stuff I've been lucky enough to play myself too. Today I'm going to be telling you guys my top 3 picks for upcoming ID at Xbox games you should keep an eye on. I'm Alanah, this is Button Bash. Number 3 is Superhot, like literally that's what it's called. Superhot is a first-person shooter that was created by, fittingly, the Superhot team as part of 2013's 7-day FPS challenge. It's really interestingly stylized, kind of in a Mirror's Edge way, where some colors pop like crazy inside a minimalistic office-type environment. What really makes it interesting though is that time within the game only actually progresses when the player moves, making it a whole lot more like a strategy game than just a regular shooter. You can pause to consider how to actually approach the situation you're in, then respond accordingly. There's also limited ammo, meaning you actually need to take out other enemies to be able to survive at all so you can get the ammo. So it's kind of just as much about killing to advance as it is about defense. At the same time, a single hit from an enemy can kill you, making you restart the entire level, and the game is supposed to be about as long as Portal. It has been referred to as the Braid of first-person shooters and has been compared to The Matrix and Max Payne, thematically speaking. The game is expected to have around 40 scenarios to complete when it releases on PC, Mac, Linux, and Xbox One later this year. Two is Cuphead, which I actually had the pleasure of playing at GDC, and it seems the internet is particularly excited about this one for good reason. Cuphead is a run-and-gun adventure with 1930s-style animation, made by Canadian brothers Chad and Jared, operating Studio MDHR. As Cuphead himself, the player has to fight through a series of bosses, mostly from what I played by jumping a whole lot. Aside from jumping over the various obstacles bosses might hurl at Cuphead, he can also parry, and parrying various color-coded objects will fill up a special meter that will enable Cuphead to perform a special move, effectively taking down the bosses. It's a really challenging game, and has a totally retro game feel to it without even considering the art style, because gameplay is much more emphasized than plot, and despite having modern features like an action RPG-style map, the gameplay certainly does feel fondly familiar. If you'd like to check out our interview with one of the developers for some more info, you can find it on youtube.com/buttonbashtv. Cuphead will be coming to PC and Xbox One in 2016. Number 1 is Smite, a pretty big deal of a MOBA, or multiplayer online battle arena game, which is in development at Hi-Rez Studios, who released the game on PC originally last May, and the Xbox One beta has just started. It's the first popular MOBA to make its way to next-gen consoles, and has players take on the visage of a mythical god or other mythological figure in arena combat, facing up against other player-controlled gods and some bot-controlled minions. Smite generally received favourable reviews when it released on PC, and in my opinion, it might even play better on the Xbox One. The reason this one takes number 1 place is because it's such a perfect way for console gamers to get into MOBAs, which are probably the least user-friendly games, or at least the ones that tend to have the toughest learning curve of any game genre. If you want to get into MOBAs, you've got to play Smite when it comes out on the Xbox One later this year, or you can jump into the beta right now. I'm Alanah, thanks for watching Button Bash.